Welcome back to Spent Too Much Diecast. What is going on, crew? Welcome back to the channel, to all my returning crew members. If you are new here, welcome to Spent Too Much Diecast, where we do all different types of diecast unboxings, Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Jada, Fast and the Furious, FanHome, all that good stuff. All right, we're back. 6 months, 7 months. I have no idea how long we have done another build for this, but you can't see it, but behind me, I have issues 81 to 107 that we have had on pause because this order right here has been on back order for 6 months. 6 months this was on back order. I actually received a box about a week ago, and like I've seen on most posts on FanHome, they sent me the ET build, not my Skyline build. So I had to get a hold of them, get them to send out the correct package, which hopefully we have here. And I did see on a couple of other FanHome threads that a bunch of people got the ET build and not their Fast and the Furious build. So hopefully we have everything. So today we're going to be attempting to do issue 75 through, I think this is 80. So we have some new parts. We have old parts. I don't even know. Apparently they mismade parts and they had to remake parts. They had to do some stuff. I have no idea. I don't even know where we left off. But I think we left off on the door, so we're adding more parts to the door, some side skirts. I don't even know. So 75, it looks like we have a door issue. 76, looks like we're going to be putting on some underbodies on the car. Let's see here. Right door number 1 is going to be 77. Issue 78 is going to be rear door number 2, or right door number 2. Issue 79 is going to be the right door number 3. And then issue 80, right door number 4. So looks like we're going to finish off the right door and the left door and do some underbodies. I have no idea. Hopefully my car did not get damaged. Hopefully the wires still work. I know they had a wiring issue that they're supposed to fix. I don't know if that came in this box or another box. So we're just going to kind of go with it, see what we can do. I already got all the parts opened over here. They gave us another binder to hold your magazines, and they sent us this is a gift, which is part of the, if you guys watch my other videos, we do unbox these as well. This is the 1/43rd scale from FanHome. They actually release a bunch of these. We are collecting those and doing unboxings those as well. So if you want to go check those out, there should be a playlist that's FanHome 1/43rd. So we did get a replica version of what we're building here on a smaller scale. So you just kind of see how big this is really going to be. And we actually did get the acrylic display case as well that came in, which was addressed as a as the Batmobile case. So hopefully that works, because we can't even do that until we finish this build. So who knows? So stick around with us, guys. Hopefully we can do this. Hopefully it's not a crazy unboxing. Like I said, I haven't done one of these in 6 months, so I don't even remember the best shots on camera and all that, but I guess we will try our best. All right, so it looks like stage 75. We are doing the last step of the left door, which is here. I will see if I can zoom out. So this is where we left off last time doing this door. We got the mirror. I think I left the clear stuff on until we're done building it. We got the glass. So I think we got to finish up this bottom door mechanism so we can put the crank handle to help lift the window and all that other stuff. So, oh, you know what else I got to do? I got to get out my screwdriver and all my other kits as well to help build this. right, we got all that. So actually, if you guys are liking these videos, you're probably going to see a bunch of these pop up here in the next couple of videos for our channel, because now that I have the parts, I want to try to get this thing built, because we've been sitting on it. Like I said, 6 months we've been sitting on this thing that we haven't been able to build. So I am excited to get this thing done and out of the way. I would love to start doing the Supra build for this. They are also offering this as the Toyota Supra, the orange one from the first movie, in the 1/8 scale, just like this. But unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to grab that right away. I might wait to see if they don't have as much issues as they did in this one. Plus, this is a pretty expensive build, you guys. I'm not going to lie. So we either got to get a lot more subscribers on here, a lot more support in order to do that, because like I said, this build is a pretty penny in the bank. All right, so we got that little insert in here. Now it looks like we're gonna go ahead and put this on, which is weird because we haven't done anything with the window unit. So how are you going to be able to, I guess you're not going to be able to roll up and down the window? Oh, unless it's going to be something down here. I don't know. I guess we'll see. So it says to put this on. And then it says to attach these with 3 OP screws. So, and as usual, I will cut some of this stuff out. All right, and then we got that step done. So there are other holes. We didn't do that. We put a screw there, a screw here, and a screw there. Now it's telling us to, do the next step, which is putting on the other 2 screws. So why couldn't we just do that all as one step? Doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, that's how you roll up and down the window. You're gonna have to use it with your finger. All right, so that is on there. So I think it's just gonna be your finger. Your finger is gonna have to be the one that comes down here and rolls up and down the window when you have the door open. All right, now it's telling us that we're gonna go ahead and put in the speaker, which is right here. That says that it should just pop in. If there's a certain way, doesn't look like it. There we go, that just pops in like that. That is your speaker. And then what does it say here? To finally insert the little door speaker. So one speaker was one step, one speaker was the other step. That should just pop in there. Which does, and there you go. And now your door is finally complete. So we waited 6 months to finish this door and continue our build. So that was pretty crazy, if you ask me. All right, so looks like now issue number 76 is what we're moving on to. Ooh, we got a fold out. Nope, my book is just broken. They did not secure it well. All right, so parts. We have the side skirt, which I do know that the big issue with this side skirt was when we're putting it on the vehicle, the side skirts and the fenders or something else like that, the stripe wasn't matching up with some parts, so they had to redo it. And I believe that was what the whole mix-up and what the whole holdup was for them redoing, I believe, this side skirt. So, yeah. All right, chassis, bottom, and lights. So it looks like we're doing lights, adding the body lights. So I think I am going to have to pause here for a second. And we're not even adding the side skirt piece on yet. So we're gonna have to put that off to the side, which, all right, I'm gonna have to go get the lighting and the bottom of the car only. So we're gonna move this stuff and come back. Guys, here we are with it. So just be careful. You do already have wires connected on the inside. You already have the motor put together. So we don't wanna move this around too much. All right, so it says to disconnect it from the motherboard, which we already did. Okay, then it says twist the wire labels to the bottom. So we got 13 here. So I'm gonna take these apart a little bit. All right, so insert the connectors for 13 through the holes on the left side of the chassis. So putting it here, this would be the left side. This is the right side. So there are some holes back here, and that is where these are going to go. All right, so those are gonna go down there to get plugged in, and then our underbodies are gonna go here. And it says remove the protective layer from the bottom left side, and then position at the bottom along the left edge of the chassis section as shown in the picture. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera so I can get it lined up, and then we'll come back and look at it. All right, so we're back. That was basically this issue, was just putting on these underbodies. So what I did was back here, you can see the very back of the underbody I lined up with this part. Same with the other side. That way they are even in the front, and then the wires of course get ran through here, and they are left to get plugged in later. And then basically that was the issue. The side skirt, we're gonna wait for the next one. So let me go ahead, get this moved out of the way again, and we'll go ahead and start with issue number 77. All right, we're back. So now it looks like this whole build now for the rest of this video is going to be working on the right door. So I just want to make a side note, and I do know this was the issue. I don't know if I ever got a replacement part for this, but you can see on the side skirts, this was the very first one we got, and you can see how this stuff is way higher, and then they re-released the other side being lower. So I don't know, by the time we put these on, this one might not even line up with the stripe. And I don't even know if I can get a replacement part anymore. It could be in one of those 6 boxes we have in the back. I really don't know. Like I said, we've waited 6 months to do this box, to get this box. So hopefully nothing is messed up in those other boxes, because if they are, we're gonna have to get a hold of FanHome again and try to get them to give us the right parts. Like I said, it's kind of frustrating, especially the amount of money that this build cost to do, and it's kind of all screwed up. So all right, so this one should be pretty easy. The only thing we're going to be doing on this build basically is putting on the hinge. So that's going to be that. So I might go ahead, just put this hinge on off camera. We'll come back, check it out, and I guess keep on chugging along. Alrighty guys, we are back. I jumped ahead a little bit just because I knew this next part was harder, but this is basically what we did in issue 77. We just put on the door hinge, and then we started off 78. It's the door handle here. It is kind of hard because this piece actually is able to move, so it looks like you can open and close the door. So that part you have to like hold upside down and keep this part in there without it falling off, and then adding a screw. So I did that off camera just because it was a little bit harder to do. But now it looks like we're going to be doing the other mirror, and then adding that to the door, and other stuff like that. So all right, that's screwed on. Like I said, you just don't want to over screw your parts to break them or anything like that, because this mirror actually does open and close. All right, so now it says we're going to add our mirror, which it's got a double-sided tape on the back, and then it's got the clear tape on the front. I am leaving the clear tape on the front until I'm done with the build, and then I'll take it off. That way it just doesn't accidentally get scratched. So we're going to take off the double-sided tape from the back. And that is the mirror. You just press on there, and there is your reflective glass for that. Like I said, I'm going to keep the protector on until after the build, and then it looks like we're getting this part back, and this part is going to go like this with the mirror out, and that's going to get 2 AM screws as well. All right, now that that's on, looks like we're going to finish it up by putting the plastic door insert in. All right, and we're back. So basically finishing it off, there's a screw there, 1, 2, 3, and that gets on this panel, and then that's going to be put off to the side. And now we're going to be building the the window actuator in here, which helps the window go up and down. I kind of remember this from the last build because I'm pretty sure that's the last one we did 6 months ago, was the other door. So this one shouldn't be too bad. I do know that they have to go like a certain way, or else the door doesn't work, or the window doesn't work the right way. So it looks like this goes in here and gets attached with a screw. Now these parts are all plastic, so make sure when you're screwing them in, you take your time. You don't want to crack anything or strip anything out, because you basically got one shot at doing this. All right, so that's your first one, and I don't know how tight you want to go. I don't think you want to over tighten it, because these parts do, I believe, have to move. All right, so now we're taking this part. The best thing to do is just try to line it up as best as you can with the picture, and everything should work out if you match it with the picture. Kind of like if you're building a Lego. You just want to make sure everything is facing the right direction. All right, so now this, all right, so I think this was the weird angle. All right, so this, so something about this, turn the assembly over. All right. Oh, that's what it was. All right, so you got to turn the assembly over, and then this arm here goes into this arm, and then you screw that in together. All right, so that's that. So that'll make it go like that and slide on the track. All right, now we're taking the window, and this window is a lot better than my other one. Remember, my other one had all scuffs at the bottom? So this one is a lot better. All right, so then you're putting your window this way. It looks like you're flipping this back over. So one of your tracks, your longer track goes here, and then your shorter track is gonna go in like that. And then both of these will get the screw. And the nice thing about this is it's all one screw for this build, so you don't have to worry about doing the wrong one where. All right, so there you go. You got that screwed in. That's gonna help with the window actuator. And then it says to just hold this for the next assembly along with that little gear. So let's go ahead and pull out the last issue from this box. I think this was package 20. Alrighty, I kind of remember this from the other one too. So it looks like we're starting it off with the door insert. So that goes and sits there like that. And these get some KP screws from the back side. All right, so that'll sit on like that. Again, you're still in plastic, so make sure you don't over tight these. You don't want to crack any of your plastic. All right, and then it says we're going to be inserting the door handle up here, which that should just snap into place. All right, that snaps into place there. And then I remember something over here. We got to put a protective protective part on the top. Of the window so it doesn't like scratch. All right, so we got that on. So I think in the other video I did it on the wrong place. I put it up top here. It actually goes on the inside here and then folds over to the bottom. And basically you're gonna also put one on this side. That's in a few steps, but I went ahead and put it on right away since I had the sticker out. And basically that's gonna help prevent when the window goes up and down, like on the other door. I actually switched it to the inside there. That's gonna prevent the glass from scratching, I hope. And you can see when I got this glass from the other build, you can already see there was scuff marks on it, which kind of sucks. I don't know if I can sand that out, probably just leave it as is, or just leave the window halfway down. We'll have to see. All right, so now the next step after doing that is putting in the window in the module. So basically it goes with the window it'll be with the window going like this. And then you can kind of see at the bottom there, there's like an indent right there and right there. That is where those, see, you can kind of see where it fits in. So that's where those two pieces are going to get screwed in. And then your window has a track right there. You want to make sure that's in the inside of the track. Line up your holes. There's one there and then one there. And then you want to screw those in with AP screws. All right, now that that is in, your window should be able to slide up and down freely with it on the window track. All right, and then the last part of this step is there's a gear that's gonna fit in right here. You wanna make sure it connects in so the bottom gear hits it. That is gonna get screwed in with an RP. All right, now that should be then when you slide that gear, the window goes up and down. All right, then the next step was to put the sticker on that, which we already did. And then I think we're just gonna be ending it up with attaching these two sides together. Which go like that. I want to make sure my window works. Alrighty, so that should be your door. It was the 4 screws on the door panels. There's your window, goes up and down with the gear. So that works out nicely. You can also use your fingers like this, goes a little faster. So there is the unboxing and build of the Fast and the Furious by FanHome. I guess the next episode we'll put this door panel on and see where it is. So like I said, after 6 months, we finally got some new parts in. Should be able to do most of this build now. Like I said, we have until issue 107. So we got like the next 50 issues-ish to build. well, 30 issues or so. So not bad. Again, thanks for watching this build here at Spend Too Much Diecast. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Stick around for more, and we'll get this 1/8 Skyline built and ready to see what it all looks like. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.